3 tips to make awesome packaging. Today with me, Simon. He has a factory that creates packaging for people that sell their products. So we're going to have his factory with the best offer in the description in case you need packaging. But like 3 tips, man, awesome tips to make it good so people will buy us more and we can hopefully make money. So what are the 3 tips, man? Simon, welcome.
Hi, thank you, Vova. Hello, everyone. I'm Simon. I'm very much passionate about making packaging. Our company does packaging. Our company doesn't manufacture product packaging. They manufacture packaging that is a product itself. And that's something that we're really passionate about, to make something which is unique and give a final super luxury impression to the customer, to the final customer. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is generally 3 tips about making packaging awesome. The first thing would be design, the second thing would be sustainability, and the last thing is raw material selection. Okay, now why did I choose design first? Because design doesn't just go about the visual, it also goes about the structure. Different packaging needs different structures. It's not just about having a cool structure, okay, some nice sleeve or something that the way it opens, it's something that communicates what the product need, okay? Does it need something that gives the customer a feeling of gift box, or something that gives the feeling of medicine box? It's totally different structure, totally different vibes, different stories, okay? Structure is very important. Now, this is the first part in the design, is to choosing the structure. After choosing the structure, we go down to company colors, and we go down to how to communicate the story of the brand. Design is something that I think it's a whole subject which we can talk for hours, but generally, if I need to put it in one word, try to, okay, not one word, a sentence, try to communicate your brand story as much as possible through design. Okay, so try to communicate the story as much as you can through colors, through visuals, through art, finishing, etc., etc. The second tip I wanna stress out is the sustainability. Sustainability has 3 different parts, as far as I see it: the design, the raw material, and the supply chain. Okay, so from design part, try to make it as simple as possible when regards to color and art finishing. Raw material part, there is bunch of raw materials which are eco-friendly these days. We don't have to make a packaging cool, but adding lamination to make the color look great or more strong. There is a lot, 2024, the technology is great. There is a lot of options these days that we can make awesome printing, awesome packaging, but yet eco-friendly 100%. So raw material. And the last thing is supply chain. Supply chain brings me to the very first thing we talk about in this video, and it's the structure. Because if we don't think about the structure entirely, and if we don't pay enough attention, we eventually do packaging which is bigger than what the product need. And bigger packaging means bigger footprint, because it's more place in the container, and more place in the warehouse, and more place in the final mile. And this more place, it's a footprint, and this is not something which is eco-friendly. So this is the 3 things I want to talk about when I talk about sustainability. So far we talk about design, we talk about sustainability, and the last tip I want to give everyone is the raw material selection. So we talk about this when we talk about sustainability, but I want to talk about making packaging awesome also from a different angle, which is a raw material, not sustainable angle, more from the perspective of just using the right raw material for the product. Okay, so it again goes into 3 different sections when you talk about raw materials. The first section is about the kind of the paper, the second is about the kind of the art finishing, and the final thing is about the packaging component. Okay, so when there is a package, when someone has a package, there is the paper from the outside, there is the paper from the inside. Up until today, there is thousands of different kinds of paper with different texture and different thicknesses and different art on them. So you can listen to, if you buy your packaging from the factory, they won't really care about these details about how to take the paper and communicate your brand story and make something which feels a little bit better. But if you go to a packaging company and people that are actually passionate about it, they will take much more attention into these small things, the small details, the kind of the paper, the thickness of the paper, the structure of the paper, the texture of the paper, and so on and so forth. So the kind of the paper is something that you should pay attention to. The art finishing is something that you should pay attention to, because art finishing is also something that adds an extra luxury feeling to the packaging. And so there is a lot of art finishing out there, and there is endless catalogs about it. Eventually, it's about having someone experienced guide you through it, guide you through the selecting the right raw material, selecting the art finishing, and selecting the structure, giving some comments about the design, and all this together is what makes awesome packaging.
Awesome, man. We're going to have the link to your factory in the description with a special offer for our viewers, because you can help people actually create the awesome packaging that we talked about. You know the ins and outs. You've been doing that for years, man. I'm going to have in the description your factory so people can contact you and hopefully get best packaging through you, or generally if they just want to do it themselves with their own factories. Hopefully these tips will be useful. Simon, thank you very much.
You're welcome.